Beta Israel. This is from the Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. Beta Israel. Hebrew. Bet, B-E-Y-T-E, and B-E-Y-T, Israel. Geese. Beta Israel. Modern Bet, B-E-T-E, Israel. And Beta Israel, House of Israel, also known as Ethiopian Jews. Hebrew Yehuda, Ethiopia, Ethiopia, Ayuda, are the names of Jewish communities which lived in the area of Aksumite and Ethiopian empires, Habash or Abyssinia, nowadays divided between Amharic and Tigray regions. Beth Israel lived in north and northwestern Ethiopia in more than 500 small villages spread over a wide territory among Muslim and predominantly Christian ruling populations. Most of them were concentrated in the area around Lake Tana and north of it in the Tigray, Gonda, and Wello regions, and among the Simeon, Wolgate, Dimbia, Sigelt, Lasta, Quara, Belessa, and small numbers lived in the cities of Gonda and Addis Ababa. Hagar Salomon. Nearly all of the Ethiopian Beta Israel community, more than 120,000 people, reside in Israel under its law of return, which gives Jews and those with Jewish parents or grandparents and all of their spouses the right to settle in Israel and obtain citizenship. The Israeli government has mounted rescue operations, most notably during Operation Moses, 1984, and Operation Solomon, 1991, for their migration when civil war and famine threatened the Jewish populations within Ethiopia. Some immigration has continued up through present day. Today, 81,000 Ethiopian Israelis were born in Ethiopia, while 38,500, or 32%, of the community are native-born Israelis. The absorption of the Ethiopians into Israeli society marks a unique and mostly successful attempt to incorporate a non-white group as equal citizens with full rights as part of a Western, predominantly white country. The related Falasha are the descendants of Beta Israel who converted to Christianity. Some are returning to the practices of Judaism, living in Falasha communities and observing halakha. Beta Israel spiritual leaders, including Chief Kes Raphael Hadan, have argued for the acceptance of the Falasha as Jews. This claim has been a matter of controversy within Israeli societies. Etymology. Throughout its history, the community have been called a large number of names. Beta Israel originated in the 4th century when the country was so named because they converted to Christianity during the rule of Ezana of Aksum, the first monarch of the Aksumite Empire to embrace Christianity. This name wasn't originally attributed any negative meanings, and the community have used it ever since as their official name. Since the 1980s, it has become the official name used in the scientific literature to describe the community. After the rise of the Solomonic dynasty, 1270 A.D., the Beta Israel community was also called Ayuda, which means Jews, until they were referred to by the derogatory term Falasha, Geese, outcasts, a term given to them by the Emperor Yeshak I of Ethiopia. Other terms by which the community have been known for include Buddha, Giz, evil eye, Gala, the Agwa language spoken by them, Tibaban, possessor of secret knowledge, Tinkun, Giz, don't touch us, which is considered derogatory, and the Hebrew Habashim, associated with the non-Jews, Habasha, people, Abyssinians.